Alright guys, today we're going to be looking at the Bowers&Wilkins P7 wireless headphones. These were just released a few months ago, and they are the follow-up to the P7 wired, which were very acclaimed, very good sound, and very highly rated. Now, as you can see, obviously the first impression is that the box has changed from the original black to a white enclosure that lists its capability with aptX. It should be noted that these headphones also have AAC connectivity with Bluetooth, which means if you're using it with the iPhone or any Apple products, the sound quality will be fairly better than regular A2DP codecs and sound. These headphones, first impressions, before we take a look here, I just wanted to let you know the only difference between these and the wired versions, aesthetically speaking, is the trim around the corners of the headphone. Everything else has pretty much remained identical between the two, and of course, you will have the different buttons on there now. The casing, everything looks very similar to the original P7 wired version. The case also that comes with it is the same. You have it's leather fold-down case. It's not the best of cases I find, but it does do the job pretty well. And I've had my P7 wired for about 2.5 years or so, and have not been damaged. The only cable that does come with it is the direct cable, no remote. Cable comes with the device, and as you can see, the look of the device is very similar to the original. And then the black bezels and everything, those are actually plastic, which plays down the high quality of the product itself, but I feel they did that to keep the weight a little bit lower. The headband, all the rest of the aesthetics of the phone are identical to the original. The pads are a little different on this one. When you take the pads off, the bottom, I'd say maybe 1/8 of the pad is actually covered by material, a hard cardboard type material. It doesn't actually cover any of the speakers, but it is there. Now, on here we can see that there's 4 things. The top, where my thumb is the LED. Then you have the play button in the middle, or the answer call button, and then the volume up and the volume down button. And these work pretty well. And then of course you have the on button. So the way this works is you slide it down to turn it on, and then to connect to a device, the button pushes in. So you just push that button in and it would pair with devices, or if you hold it down for 5 seconds, it'll go into pairing mode, and you basically just connect it. Now, I also will be comparing these headphones to the Sennheiser Momentum 2.0 wireless over-ear headphones. There's a review for those as well, and an unboxing for those below. And I'll do a little comparison at the end for you guys. Now, as you can see, these pads will come off, and when you look at the back of where the speakers are, it's very identical. It's the same as it used to be. There is no noise canceling, unfortunately, on these headphones, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. And then, of course, the same way you would put in the plug. You do need to angle it when you put it in. You don't want to put it in flat or pull it out too much. Put it about a 30-degree angle. It will go in easily, and then snap it back down and it'll fit in. If you try and put it in straight, it'll give you some trouble. That's actually a locking mechanism built into the cable from Bowers&Wilkins. Now, the other thing is, when you do plug in the cable, the headphones will automatically turn off if you did have them in Bluetooth mode. So you need to turn them back on to connect them to any device. Now, when you turn them on, I wanted you guys to hear what it sounds like. And the reason for that is it is a little bit different. You do have to get used to the noises or the sounds that it makes each time you're doing something else, turning it on, turning it off, pairing. So the first noise was it turning on, the second was it automatically connecting to the first paired device. Now with the P7 wireless, what will happen is the first device that you pair with it will automatically connect to the headphones, or the headphones will try and automatically connect to that device. If you connect any other devices, you can connect up to, I believe, 8 devices on these. Those will not automatically be connected. You would actually have to manually connect from the device to the headphones. And when you do that, you need to actually push the button to connect them as well, because they will not connect otherwise. Now, I've read some reviews and have had people say that the Bluetooth has dropped out on for them a few times, and the only workaround for that is to hit the reset button. Now, as you can see, these are a very nice looking set of headphones. The sound quality is on par, if not better, than the original P7 wireless. In wired mode, the bass is a little bit heavy, not extremely heavy, but it is very precise. The vocals are very nice, and the instrumentation separation is actually very good compared to the original P7. And of course, and we'll talk about this a little later, compared to the Momentum, it is a very drastic difference. These headphones, when you do get them new, they do have a pretty strong head clasping force, but keep in mind, use over a few hours to a few months, depending on how much you use them, will loosen them up a little bit, and the force will go down, and they become a little bit better fitted on your head. Now, one thing for new owners who have not had the P7 wired before, the design of the clasp actually allows it to wiggle a little bit, so it will sit a little better on your head. Now we're looking at both the Momentum Wireless and the P7 Wireless here. The Momentum Wireless is definitely a more comfortable and a lighter headphone. So they do sit on your head a little bit better. They are a little bit more comfortable, feel lighter when wearing them, just because the clamp force is quite a bit less. However, if you are using the Momentums in the non-noise cancelling mode, background noise and outside noises are very prevalent compared to the P7 that doesn't have the active noise cancelling, but because of the force that it does use to close around the ear, outside noises are fairly hard to hear. One thing I did notice on both headphones, though, is that wind noise seems to be a issue. So I've used these outside walking around, and whenever it's windy, of course, it can get a little annoying, and you can hear the wind brushing up against the headphones. The P7s, of course, they don't have the active noise cancelling, so I was expecting that, but I really wasn't expecting that with the Momentums. So in that case, both of them were about the same. Looks-wise, of course, I will let you judge which ones look nicer. I personally, of course, prefer the Bowers&Wilkins P7 look. It just looks classier, it feels better, and it feels more of a premium product. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you've got any questions, put them down below.